You noble diggers, all stand up now.
Welcome, comrade. Never forget the forms.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to my channel. Today we will be talking about next week's plan and a restatement of the plan. I read a comment yesterday that disheartened me a little, and he compared what the project needs to be doing to Project 2025. And I don't think that appreciates the artistry of what I'm at here. And yeah, so I'm going to talk about what the plan is, right, and why it'll work. And then I'm also right now going to tell you that the plan for the next week is I'm going to hyper-focus on trying to bait the algorithm into interacting with me. I don't know if you've seen, but my most popular videos are all BreadTube BS. And so I'm going to have to try and bait, I don't know, somebody. And so that's what I'm going to do this week. But right now, we're going to talk about the plan and why the plan is fine as it is. It doesn't need tweaking, right? The first thing to remember is I'm trained as a legal thinker, right? The only way that I advance something is that I'm sure that it has an ironclad precedent behind it, that it is not just been done before, but been done successfully at the highest orders, right? Civilizationally successfully. And this is what I'm commanded to do by my ideological, forebearer. Marx says that the weight of all dead generations hangs like a nightmare on the living. And so precisely when we should be engaged in revolutionizing ourselves and things, that we descend, we flee back to the banners of the past, right? So cloak yourself in the banner of the past and march into the future is the point of the quote. As I was saying earlier, the point of my project is that it resets the rules of the game, right? Or it makes the game able to be played, right? The rules as they are set up, the hallucinations of the Anglo-American Empire, right? The unholy alliance between Crown and Republic means that there can be zero, zilch, no advances for the working people of the world.
Played these games before! I said I played these games before!
Right? That they play off one another just enough, just fine-tuned enough, that they're always going to win, right? But once Canada, Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America are one country, all of the games that they play won't work anymore.
Just one more game, no more, no less.
One more game, 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 one more game.
Right? Capital Flight. If you tax the millionaires, they'll just leave. Where are they going to go, right? Magnus Carlsen always talks about when he plays someone who's getting the better of him in the early game, right? In the late early game and early mid game, he does wild attacks, right? Attacks that seem off balanced, seem not well thought out, and it always makes his opponent give some sort of opening, right? This is the same here. What we're doing here is we're doing what seems like a wild attack, what seems crazy, what seems detached from reality, but is solidly set in precedent, right? It's called the expansion of the tribes from ancient Rome, right? The city of Rome expanded, right? But it didn't just expand, it expanded who counts as a Roman over and over again, right? And so we're just using this precedent, right? And then once we've achieved that precedent, we can use other Roman precedents, right? Like the secession of the plebs, right? The general strike that everyone keeps talking about online is not going to work. They're going to sick the military on you, right? But what if, right, that military was the world empire's military, right? There was nowhere else to go. You weren't just the top country, you were the only lead country, head and shoulders of the entire world, right? You think America is powerful, right? But you don't see that an Anglo-America, the Anglosphere as one country, would be 500 million people that make $60,000 a year, and that is unparalleled power, right? And so when that machine shuts down, it must be kicked into higher gear to keep it going for the profits of the aristocrat class, right? And so when we threaten a general strike after all of the Anglosphere is one country, it will immediately lead to what you were planning in the last video, right? This Project 2025 doesn't need to happen, right? I set the game, I set the board, right? And the game plays naturally, right? All is determined material, right? And so even if we are to be compatibilist, right, that there is some kind of free will available to us, I can only just touch it, right? Just barely influence fate. Right? And so this is something that is achievable, can capture the zeitgeist, and will reset the board in favor of the proletariat. From this week onward, we are going to be focusing on much less serious topics. Thank you. Have a good day. Hello, you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you. This channel has one mission: to prevent civilizational collapse associated with climate change, to prevent 100 million refugees by 2035, to stop 7 billion from starving to death by 2075. And we will do this through one main vehicle. We mean to unite the Anglosphere. We will do this by convincing the Commonwealth of His Majesty King Charles III to apply for statehood as one. And then with this new power, we will be able to negotiate in good faith with the rest of the world on how to tackle this crisis. Thank you and enjoy.